Hello, children of little cranes. Good morning. You still remember me? This is Auntie Alice from Bugolobi. Hello, children of Naguru, little cranes. How are you? You're fine? That's good. I'm back here to tell you a story after Auntie Spay told you two nice stories. Do you still remember them? The first one was, yes, Jack and the Beanstalk. The enormous turnip. Wow, you're super. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. But you have to sit down, cross your legs like me, put your hands on your laps, right? Good. Yes, that's nice. Now, today, I'm going to tell you another story. And this story is called, can you read this one? Yes, Muzinge the Bird. Muzinge the Bird. This is an African story. Okay? Okay. We are going to listen to this story and see what happened to Muzinge the Bird. A long time ago, in a faraway country, there lived a man called Musoke and his wife Nabosa. They had a daughter called Nalule. She was 6 years old. She was a naughty little girl. Grandma Zalwango, Musoke's mother, was staying with them, but in a small hut near the main house. The hut was made out of mud, bricks, and grass. It was well decorated. It looked very beautiful. Zalwango's hut was built by his son. He loved it very much. She liked spending most of her time in and around the hut. Mr. Musoke had a bird, and he said, "This bird is a gift from God. This bird is a gift from God, and in the village there was no food. There was no food, there was nothing. There was what they call famine. So this bird laid eggs. It laid many eggs that could feed the whole family. And then Grandma decided to make a basket for the bird because it was making everybody happy, and it was laying many eggs for the whole family. So she said we should make a basket and cover our bird. It is very special. It has saved us from hunger because many people were dying of hunger. So one day, Grandma went to see their friends around the village. Then Mommy went to the garden. She went to the garden. Then Daddy was a wood cutter. He was a wood cutter. He went to the forest. So when he went to the forest, they left Nalule at home. Nalule stayed at home. And they had warned Nalule never to touch, never to open the basket. But because Nalule was a naughty girl and she never listened to anyone. She went and opened the basket, and then Muzinge the bird jumped out. It went up to the door. It stood there and jumped outside. Narule called the bird to come back. The bird couldn't listen to Narule. Narule cried and cried. Narule cried and cried, called the bird. Don't put me in trouble. Muzinge the bird, please come back to your basket. The bird flew higher and higher and higher. It went higher and higher, very far. Narule cried and cried. She couldn't see Muzinge the bird again. So she thought of something and said, what can I do? I think I should report myself. And then she went to Daddy. Said, should I go to Mommy? No. She went to Daddy. Shall report myself to my parents and Grandma. After all, nothing will happen to me. They all love me so much, said the girl. She ran to her father first. She said, Father, Father, the bird has gone. Muzinge has gone. Her father immediately got up, very angry. He banged his small head, banged Narule's head with his wooden hammer he was using. Narule screamed, away! Ah! Whoa! Whoa! She said, oh, Daddy's not being nice to me. She ran to her mother's garden. Crying. The mother asked her, why are you crying? She said, Muzinge, the bird has gone. The mother was very disappointed. She said, how? Narule, did you open for the bird? Narule was shy. Narule, where is the bird? She said, the bird has gone. Narule's mother got her horn, chased her. She wanted to hit her head. She ran up to grandmother. She ran to her grandmother. She reached there crying, Grandma, Grandma, Muzinge the bird has gone. Grandma was eating her lunch. She got disappointed. She said, how did Muzinge go? He said, I opened the basket and then Muzinge went. Grandma was very angry with Narule. She got her pipe and hit Narule's nose. It was so painful. It pained Narule. Narule ran crying. She cried and cried and cried and went away. They told her to go and look for Muzinge, but Muzinge was nowhere to be seen. Tears completely covered her small face. Blood trickled from the nose. Those who saw her felt very sorry for her. They pitied her very much. She cried so much that the young children who saw her also started crying. So everywhere she could go, she could meet people on the road, and they could ask her in Luganda that, Ogenda wa meaning, where are you going? And then she replied them, ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge, ogenda wa? Ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge, tata nankuba, nankubira ennyonyi muzinge, ne mama nankubira ennyonyi muzinge, ogenda wa? Ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge, ogenda wa? Ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge, mama nankubira ennyonyi muzinge, ne jjajja nankubira ennyonyi muzinge, ogenda wa? Ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge, ogenda wa? Ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge, jjajja nankubira ennyonyi muzinge, ne jjajja nankubira ennyonyi muzinge, ogenda wa? Ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge, ogenda wa? Ngendo kulaba ennyonyi muzinge. She cried and cried and cried. She walked and walked and walked, and she got tired. She got very tired. She was very hungry. She was very thirsty. She looked everywhere, but she didn't see Muzinge the bird. So Muzinge went very far, and she will never be seen again. Narule cried and cried, and she never went back home. And even the parents never looked for Narule, because she was a very naughty girl. So children, you've been home for a long time. Are you being naughty? Are you listening to mommy and daddy? Children, are you listening to mommy and daddy? When they stop you from doing something, do you continue doing it? If you're doing it, you stop it, okay? Because no one liked Narule for being a naughty girl. That is the end of the story.